I pretended to be the long-lost heiress to a billionaire family. They were seconds away from throwing me out when glowing comments, like a live chat only visible to them, drifted through the air. Do not chase her off. Sophie is the real child you lost. Lisa is the imposter. She acts sweet, but she is after your money and your lives. And she is twisting her brother's emotions too. The Sterling family is being played. Everyone froze. Every pair of eyes darted from me to Lisa in shock. She, however, could not see any of it. They had no idea the floating messages came from me. Ever since I was bound to the live stream system, I could send those bullet comments straight into their vision. All for the sake of my mother and cousin, whose deaths still burned like fresh wounds. The moment the messages appeared, the Sterlings grew uneasy. Mr. Sterling spoke first. What is this supposed to mean? I did a DNA test with Lisa years ago. She is my daughter. Lisa jabbed her finger toward me, completely unaware of the text hovering around her. Some people have no shame, showing up out of nowhere and claiming us as family. Mom, Dad, chase her out before she embarrasses us further. Her brother Luke stared at me for a long moment, then whispered to his mother, "Why does she look exactly like you did in your old photos?" Mr. Sterling frowned. The resemblance is startling. Let her stay until we repeat the DNA test. Lisa's face twisted. So now you doubt me too, Dad, is that it? She stomped upstairs, yelling that she would make room since she had suddenly become an unwanted burden. Mrs. Sterling followed her, but before she left she ordered the maid to take me to a guest room. I kept my head low, my voice soft. I am sorry. I only wanted to see the faces of the people who might be my parents. Since you already have a daughter, I won't bother you anymore. One look was enough. Through the system I sent another wave of comments. The real one is too gentle. My heart cannot handle it. Sophie did not choose to be switched at birth. She struggled all her life without family. You cannot blame the Sterlings either. Lisa came to them at 10 with a fake test. They raised her for 8 years. Their affection is understandable. I turned to leave, but Mr. Sterling stopped me. Sophie, wait. Mrs. Sterling returned to my side, holding my chin lightly and studying my face the way one examines a forgotten photograph. The longer she looked, the more shaken she became. It is too similar, she murmured. If you truly are my child, I will make sure you are never wronged again. I gave her the most obedient expression I could muster. Luke did not soften. He cornered me in the hallway later and warned, real or fake does not matter. Do not be rude to my sister. They collected samples for a DNA test that same night. I felt no fear. The hair I handed them belonged to my cousin, who died 8 years ago. And she was Mr. Sterling's real daughter. My aunt had been Mr. Sterling's first love. But he married his current wife for the sake of the corporation. He had tried to keep my aunt as a hidden lover, but she refused and left without knowing she was pregnant. She gave birth in the same hospital as Mrs. Sterling. A friend of Mrs. Sterling switched the babies, fearing the truth would one day come out. Years later, Lisa overheard the secret. She ran to the Sterlings with a forged test result and took my cousin's place. From then on, she hated my cousin for living as the wealthy daughter she believed belonged to her. She tormented her for years until my cousin could no longer bear it. After my cousin's death, my aunt broke completely. When Mrs. Sterling learned the truth about my aunt's past with her husband, she panicked. She hired men to silence my aunt forever. But they snatched the wrong woman. My mother. She was brutalized, left nameless and broken in an abandoned building. My father, and I found her days later. I can still remember the smell of dust and blood. The men who did it took the blame to protect Mrs. Sterling. I would have never learned the truth if Lisa had not bragged about it in front of a friend while I was nearby. My hatred for both of them settled deep in my bones. When the live stream system appeared, when it offered me a chance to expose all their sins, I walked into the Sterling mansion without hesitation. Why should the guilty enjoy wealth while the innocent sleep in graves? Mrs. Sterling spent half the afternoon comforting Lisa. At dinner, Lisa sat across from me, with her chin raised. A fake stays fake. When the results come out, you can walk yourself out of here. Mrs. Sterling had spoiled her endlessly, drowning in guilt from the switch. The girl had grown into a person who believed the world revolved around her. I teared up slightly and forced a fragile smile. I am sorry if my presence irritates you. I only wanted to experience what a family feels like. You do not have to wait for the results. I can leave in the morning. Seeing Mom and Dad just once was enough. Luke scoffed. That is exactly the kind of act I cannot stand. There is no way she is my sister. I wiped my cheeks. I am not acting. I am not a pick-me. I just... Mrs. Sterling sighed. Sophie, do not take Lisa's words too seriously. She is straightforward, not malicious. Luke was ready to lash out again when the floating comments cut in. It hurts to watch. The real daughter is treated like an outsider, while the imposter sits there smug. Keep pampering Lisa, Luke. When she tries to seduce you later, let us see how confident you are then. Lisa calling someone a pick-me? Did she forget her own performance when she arrived? Crying nonstop and claiming the cousin bullied her. Luke stiffened, flushing. Seduce me? What nonsense. Mr. Sterling's gaze turned cold as he looked at Lisa. Until the test comes back, be respectful to Sophie. Dad, she is obviously fake. Look at me. I look exactly like Mom. True, she resembled Mrs. Sterling. But she did not resemble Mr. Sterling at all. Enough, he snapped. You were sweet when you arrived all those years ago. Now you talk back as if you run the place. Dad. Mrs. Sterling tried to smooth things over. No matter the results, I will not let Sophie leave. Lisa stared at her, stunned. Are you serious? I am your daughter. How can you doubt me because of some stranger? They did not say it out loud, but doubt was already spreading in the cracks my comments created. Look at her attitude. If she dares yell at Mr. Sterling now, imagine what she'll do later. How can Mr. Sterling let someone he raised speak to him like this? If my daughter talked like that, she would be out the door already. I did not have to insult anyone directly. The system translated my inner commentary into floating messages. Mr. Sterling slammed his chopsticks down, the table rattling under the force. Lisa, if you cannot behave yourself, then leave the table. Lisa's eyes went glassy with rage. You're seriously scolding me because of this stranger? The tension in the dining room felt heavy. Mr. Sterling's tone dropped into something cold. Listen to yourself. That sharp mouth of yours has gotten out of hand. I'm the one being bullied in my own house, and you are lecturing me about manners? Mrs. Sterling tugged at her sleeve. Enough. Sit down. Eat something before you're late for school. Realizing neither parent was siding with her, Lisa swallowed her fury and stormed away from the table without touching her plate. Such a delicate little princess, falling apart at the slightest push. I pretended to shrink from their argument, as if frightened. Mr. Sterling placed food into my bowl himself. Ignore her. Eat. I dabbed my eyes, then took a bite. It tastes really good. Thank you, Dad. Mr. Sterling is a real king today. Watching the fake get scolded feels incredible. I hope he keeps protecting Sophie. Poor girl. Compared to Lisa's constant tantrums, my quiet obedience only made them pity me more. Mr. Sterling looked toward the butler. Old Joe, drive Sophie to school today. Lisa spun around. Dad, he takes me and Luke. She can get another driver. Mr. Sterling pushed his chair back calmly. Then today is your reminder of who gives orders in this home. Lisa shot me a glare sharp enough to cut glass. You sneaky little tea maker. Once the results come out, you'll regret everything. As old Joe opened the car door for me, I smiled brightly at her. Bye, sister. Dad is so considerate. Watching her stomp her foot like a toddler throwing a fit was strangely satisfying. This was only the first step. By the next day, the DNA results arrived. Exactly what Mr. Sterling expected, but not what he hoped for. He asked to meet immediately. We met in a quiet coffee shop. Mr. Sterling tapped the table with a steady rhythm, eyes fixed on me. The test shows you're related to me, but not my wife. Tell me, who is your mother? I lifted my head slowly, letting tears gather. Her name is Cherry M.O. I'm sorry for intruding on your life. I only missed you. Cherry M.O., my aunt. The moment her name slipped out, he froze. Cherry. I let my voice tremble. One night she drank too much and cried while holding your old photo. That's when I realized the truth. I'm not here to take anything. I only wanted to see you once. His shoulders softened. Child, don't say that. I was never there for you. Stay. Let me try to make up for lost years. I don't think Mrs. Sterling would accept me. I'll handle her. How has your stepfather treated you? My aunt never married. She avoided Mr. Sterling so completely she cut off everyone, including my mother. Not until Lisa stole my cousin's place did my aunt return to town. And fate twisted everything. My aunt and mother never crossed paths again. After my cousin's death, my aunt tried to throw herself into the river. Mr. Sterling rescued her. They reunited. Old feelings resurfaced, and Mrs. Sterling reacted by hiring someone to remove the problem. Remembering my mother's broken body lying in that filthy building, my nails dug into my palms under the table. My mom said she only loved one man in her life, I whispered. She'd rather raise me alone than marry someone she didn't love. He looked stunned. She said she was married when I contacted her last year. She told me she was happy. She lied just to push me away. He drifted into memories, speaking as if reliving every moment of their youth. When he finally returned to the present, he ordered his assistant to fabricate a test showing I was also related to Mrs. Sterling. That way, I could officially enter their home. When Mrs. Sterling saw the altered report, her expression wavered, but she forced a warm smile. Sophie, sweetheart, you've endured so much suffering. I'll make it right from now on. You and Lisa are both my daughters. Treat each other kindly. Lisa looked like someone had hit her with a brick. No way. Then what does that make me? Mrs. Sterling wrapped her arms around the trembling girl. I told you, no matter what, you're my daughter. That reassurance calmed Lisa instantly. She clung to her mother, terrified of losing her place. I won't cause trouble anymore. I'll get along with Sophie. Mr. Sterling didn't remove her. In his eyes, I was his illegitimate child, and the falsified results made him feel even guiltier. He allowed Mrs. Sterling to keep her pampered favorite. Alone, Lisa dropped the act completely. She waved a limited edition handbag in front of me. Mom bought this for me because she felt bad. She didn't get you anything. Even if you share her blood, you can't replace me. I stopped pretending and smiled. Relax. I'm not fighting for her affection. If she adores you, great. But this house is run by Dad, isn't it? Lisa's expression tightened. I see what you're doing. You're here for the inheritance. Acting all fragile, playing victim. I won't let you get ahead of me. I laughed softly. You don't want me here? And what exactly can you do about it? Lisa kept baiting me, hoping I would snap or show envy, but my calmness only made her angrier. Ain't nobody like you wants to live like us? You really think you deserve any of this? Out of the corner of my eye, I spotted Mr. Sterling coming up the stairs. I dropped my head instantly, voice trembling. I am sorry, sister. I must have said something wrong. Please don't be upset. I will listen to you. Lisa acts like an angel when adults watch, then flips the moment they leave. Is she two different people, or what? Mrs. Sterling buys her limited edition bags, all with Mr. Sterling's money. Does Mrs. Sterling even like Sophie, or does she only care about Lisa's mood? The comments made Mr. Sterling's expression tighten with guilt. He assumed Lisa had been tormenting me. Without hesitation, he marched over and slapped her. Watch your mouth. I am being polite by not throwing you out. Lisa froze in shock. Dad, I didn't say anything. I stepped between them gently. Please don't be angry, Dad. She wasn't serious. He sighed and ruffled my hair. You're too soft. She insults you and you apologize. He turned back to Lisa. Hand me your black card. Starting today, your allowance is $800 a month. For someone who spent money like she breathed air, $800 was a nightmare. Dad. That is pocket change. Everyone will laugh at me. His eyes were ice cold. Know your place. Do not mistake your status. Lisa clenched her teeth while he took my hand instead. Sophie, tell me what you want. I will buy it. A Sterling girl should not look cheap. I held his arm lightly and glanced at Lisa. I don't need anything, Dad. That is exactly why you deserve good things. Lisa watched us leave, powerless and furious. Mr. Sterling transferred me to the elite school both Lisa and Luke attended. Same grade, same class. In the car, Lisa announced loudly that I was the maid's child, and she was gracious enough to let me ride with them. The moment we arrived, the other students pounced. A maid's daughter in a school like this? How embarrassing. Sophie, you are lucky Lisa is generous. If my mom scrubbed floors, I would hide at a public school. Lisa stepped in, pretending to be benevolent. Stop. Whoever her mother is, she is my sister now. Lisa, you're too kind. Girls like her bite back. They targeted me from every direction, eager to impress Lisa. Paper in my water, pushing me in the hallways, yanking my chair. I hit the floor once. Laughter exploded through the room. Lisa wrapped her arms around me like a saint. You see? No one wants you here. Ask Dad to send you somewhere else. She held the title of school goddess, supported by Mr. Sterling's generous donations. I stood up slowly through the laughter. You all read stories, right? The real and fake heiress trope? I am the real daughter Mr. Sterling just brought home. And you believed I was a maid's kid just because Lisa told you? Does critical thinking not exist here? I straightened, voice calm and cold. Lisa's smile twitched.
Ha.
If you are real, why is Lisa still here? Yeah, go call Luke your brother. Let's see if he responds. Luke avoided my eyes, obviously siding with Lisa. Why should I prove anything to you? Believe what you want. But do remember this. I will not forget how every one of you treated me today, and you will regret it. I flicked open the comment feed. These clowns are bullying the real heiress? If Mr. Sterling hears, half their parents will go bankrupt. Minor characters take notes. Do not burn bridges with the main family. Sophie is real. Lisa is fake. Stop digging your own graves. The floating words made the class uneasy. Their confidence wavered. Lisa signaled one of her followers. Stop pretending. I know your type. All talk, nothing else. Disgusting. She raised her hand to slap me. I caught her wrist, twisted, and shoved her back. She hit a desk with a yelp. I laughed, pulled the dead rat they planted in my bag, and tossed it at her. You bark a lot for someone who can't back it up. And a rat is nothing to fear. Learn your target before you attack. The girl shrieked and scrambled out of the way. The chaos erupted. Lisa stared at me, disappointed that I didn't crumble like always. But I knew her weakness. Lisa was shallow, performative, and obsessed with one person, Xavier Summer. Taking what she wanted most would ruin her. Xavier belonged to one of the wealthiest families in the city, the kind even the Sterlings respected. Despite that, he wasn't a spoiled heir. He was talented, aloof, brilliant, and perpetually uninterested. The noise made him glance over. You people are seniors, not toddlers. Can you be any more pathetic? He pointed lazily at the empty seat next to him. Sophie, sit here. The class went silent. Xavier never let anyone sit beside him. That seat was protection. Lisa's face darkened. Her lackey shouted, Xavier, she's a maid's daughter. She doesn't deserve. Too loud. Shut up. Xavier cut in. His glare shut them instantly. I gathered my books. Thanks. He leaned back. Don't misunderstand. I just hate group bullying. Lisa's follower tried again. We aren't bullying her. Xavier, she's using you. I set down my notebook. What's your family ranked top 10? Maybe 15? You're all bark. And as for using him, he can talk for himself. You sound like a tiny dog yapping at a stranger. Xavier snorted.
Enough.
Take your quarrel outside. Lisa stepped in gently. Sally, let it go. She is technically a Sterling. Show mercy. Lisa, you're too generous. Girls like her are never grateful. I just hope she understands her chance to climb up is rare, Lisa said sweetly, still belittling me. Lisa cries over Xavier's pictures every night. If he knew, he would run. Dreams about him too. Super clingy. Imagine being obsessed with someone who barely remembers your name. The comments floated openly. The class stared at Lisa strangely. Xavier's expression tightened. Being stalked was not flattering. He said flatly, I don't care if she uses my connections. I like people who try to change their lives. Lisa froze. The envy in her eyes could burn steel. I smiled.
See?
That is what separates people with vision from those who need underlings to speak for them. Lisa had lost. She adored Xavier, which made him the perfect weapon. I spent a few days observing Xavier, figuring out what caught his interest. Once I understood his rhythm, I approached him casually, asking about schoolwork instead of fangirling like everyone else. He warmed up faster than I expected, treating me like a genuine friend. Lisa cornered me several times and told me to stay away from him. I ignored her and continued joining Xavier for lunch, the only person at school who didn't exhaust me. Her jealousy reached a breaking point. Late one night, I overheard her whispering to Mrs. Sterling through the cracked door. Mom, who matters more to you, me or Sophie? She is trying to take the boy I like. Mrs. Sterling stroked her hair. Stop panicking. You are my biological daughter. I never wanted to tell you, but you are 18 now. The truth is, your father is not Mr. Sterling.
So stay quiet about it.
Keep improving yourself. If you behave, you can still secure half the inheritance. Forget about boys for now. Lisa stood frozen.
So did I.
Everything finally made sense. Mrs. Sterling had always been tense around me. She feared the DNA test Mr. Sterling ran would expose her secret. The test he received was fake. And she had been covering it up for years. Rich wives were terrifying. They didn't confront threats, they buried them. I immediately saved the recording. Lisa only focused on the part she liked. "You are my real daughter." She walked around with her chin lifted again. At the New Year gala, she had a few girls block the bathroom door and dump freezing water over me minutes before my performance. "Trying to steal the spotlight from me by wearing that dress?" she sneered. It was the middle of winter. My teeth clattered. "This is your reminder. Stay away from Xavier. He belongs to me, not you." She never even noticed I was already on the phone with him when she burst in. I brushed the water off my face. "And why exactly should I listen to you? I've liked him for years. You've known him for what, 5 minutes? If you breathe a word of this to anyone, I swear I will kill you." I believed her. She had already killed my cousin. I lowered my voice. "Xavier, did you hear that? Your gentle goddess says she's going to kill me." A loud crash followed. The bathroom door flew open. Xavier stood there, our teacher right behind him. "Not just me," he said flatly. Teacher heard all of it. The teacher's expression darkened. "Lisa, what is the meaning of this?" Lisa's bravado evaporated. "I was joking," she blurted, trembling under Xavier's cold expression. "Xavier, please don't misunderstand." He raised his brows as if she'd told a bad joke. "That was a joke." Her polished reputation cracked in half. "She provoked me first. I just lost my temper." I asked calmly, "What did I say to provoke you?" Lisa's mouth opened and closed with no answer. She had drenched me. I wasn't letting her leave untouched. I picked up a bucket of dirty mop water and dumped it over Lisa and her cronies. "Relax," I said sweetly. "Just a joke. Don't take it seriously." The classroom erupted into chaos. The teacher snapped, "Sophie, are you out of your mind? Apology letter. 3,000 words. So she can joke, but if I do it, I'm insane?" The teacher draped her coat around Lisa. "I know Lisa. She wouldn't act like this without a reason." Of course. Adults like her ignored the suffering of people like my cousin. Lisa, terrified of being punished further, forced a pained smile. "Teacher, let it go. I'll forgive her." The teacher sighed. "Sophie, apologize and the essay disappears." Apologize? Absolutely not. Mr. and Mrs. Sterling stormed into the classroom. Mrs. Sterling rushed to Lisa's side. "My darling, who dared do this?" Lisa's follower pointed at me. "It was Sophie, the maid's daughter. She's so cruel." Mr. Sterling froze. "Maid's daughter?"
Yes.
"Sophie, the one who rides in your car, claiming she's the heiress." Lisa grabbed her friend to quiet her. I wiped my tears, but the comments were still visible to only Mr. Sterling. Lisa locked Sophie in the bathroom. Finally, justice. Teacher is biased. "Mr. Sterling, wake up. Lisa is Mrs. Sterling's secret child." Rich family drama at its finest. Mr. Sterling's eyes darkened. "Who called Sophie a maid's daughter? She is my true daughter. You dare call her crazy? Who do you think you are?" The follower paled. "Then, who is Lisa?" "Not your concern," Mr. Sterling snapped. His authority was absolute. The teacher, gulping, grabbed my hand. "Forget the essay, Sophie.
Don't worry about it."
People's expressions shifted instantly. At the gala, the principal invited Mr. Sterling to speak. He called me onto the stage. "I have great news. Sophie is my biological daughter, my only daughter." Mrs. Sterling went pale. Lisa began to sob. "Anyone who mistreats my daughter will answer to Sterling Corp," he warned. The audience whispered furiously. "So Sophie is the real heiress." Lisa lied. "I always thought she was fake. Ugh, I'd quit school if that happened to me." Lisa, once adored, now became a joke. But I wasn't finished. Lisa dared not return home. Mrs. Sterling went to find her. In the car, I leaned close to my father. "Dad, there's something you need to hear." "Say it freely," he replied. I played the recording. "Your father isn't Mr. Sterling." The driver gasped. Mr. Sterling's face turned dark with rage. The floating comments had been right all along.
Good.
Very good. 8 years of lies uncovered. He instructed his assistant to dig into Mrs. Sterling's past. The era of their comfortable life was over. By Saturday morning they returned. Mr. Sterling had not slept. Lisa knelt. "Dad, I'm sorry." Mrs. Sterling begged. She was jealous. "We raised her. She's practically family." Mr. Sterling shoved Lisa aside and slapped Mrs. Sterling. You let me raise your secret child for 8 years? Slept with a butler before marriage? If Luke wasn't mine, He yanked her hair. Where were you last night? Meeting your old lover? Planning to take my fortune? Divorce. Take everything and leave. I only ever loved you. That's the past. Mrs. Sterling cried. You deceitful, he roared. Me? You think you're clean? Sophie is your illegitimate child too. Why should I lie if you do? I listened upstairs, humming softly. They divorced. I claimed 10% of the company shares. Mr. Sterling sighed. Sophie, now I'm single. Would your mother even see me? My aunt had opposed my coming here, fearing my revenge. I didn't want them to meet. He didn't deserve her. But my aunt found me, and my lie was exposed. Mr. Sterling, oblivious, beamed. Cherry, let's start over. We can raise Sophie together. My aunt's eyes were filled with pain. Our daughter is dead. He turned to me. Sophie is our daughter. I let her speak the truth, my final blow ready. Sophie is my sister's child. My sister was killed by your wife. Our daughter was killed by your daughter, Lisa. Your wife murdered the person I loved most. How can I be with you? Mr. Sterling faltered. I nodded calmly. I lied. I came here for revenge. My daughter is gone? I never even met her. She lived in your house for 10 years, my aunt screamed. Mr. Sterling sank to the floor. My cousin was my daughter? What have I done? You did nothing. You didn't care who was real 8 years ago. You ignored her death 4 years ago. You are unworthy of being a father. Silence. Cherry, I will make them pay, he whispered. Mr. Sterling acted quickly. Evidence of Mrs. Sterling's crime surfaced. She received the death penalty. Lisa, responsible for a suicide attempt, went to prison. I brought Xavier to witness her being taken away. Happy now, Lisa? Xavier is here to say goodbye. Sophie, you ruined my life. Trash belongs in the trash, I said coldly. Host, system expiring in 30 minutes.
Goodbye.
Be brave, move forward. Goodbye, old friend, I whispered. The system shut down. My aunt never forgave him, but Mr. Sterling let me keep my shares and treated me well out of guilt. Revenge was complete. My nightmares were over. Mom, I will live well,